Madden 25 title update number 4 is here and it is live. And I'm here to bring you all the information regarding the update. So I'm not going to get into everything that was updated. I'm going to drop some tidbits on some of the things that was updated, some of the gameplay features, some of the franchise features, and some player likeness update as well. So before we get into it real quick, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed on all Madden 25 content, whether it be tutorials, tips, tricks, updates, franchise content, etc. It helps me out a lot and I greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, gameplay. As far as coverage is concerned, they improved box call logic to cover 4 quarters and cover 4 palms to better defend passes out of bunch formations. Says they fixed an issue causing deep zone defenders to react inappropriately to pump fakes, leaving receivers open deep. Fixed an issue causing some press animations to press the receiver too far up the field. Passing and catching. It says tuning to reduce the passing accuracy on high throw mechanic on competitive game style. They've also fixed an issue causing the revamped pass meter to show red on a dead-eye perfect throw. Tuning to decrease the pass accuracy of mid-tier quarterbacks based on their ratings. They also fixed an issue causing linebackers to appear to float in the air too long on jumping interceptions. Pre-snap alignment fixed an issue leaving the tight end uncovered using a cover 3 shell on a cover 1 coverage versus empty formations. Also says they fixed an issue leaving the tight end uncovered when using a cover 2 shell on a cover 1 coverage. Fixed an issue leaving an inside receiver uncovered when using a cover 0 shell on cover 2 man coverages versus empty formations. Global tuning to defensive line shifts on double A gap alignments to reduce unrealistic alignments leading to exploit blitzes. Fixed an issue causing the motion receiver to run into another player on gun bunch wide nasty cheat spot and cheat inside zone. As far as settings and UI, it says they fixed an issue causing no clock runoff in online head-to-head ranked games with the accelerated clock option toggled on. Fixed an issue where the controller would still vibrate after the vibration setting was toggled off. Fixed an issue preventing the indicators from updating after subbing players into the game. And I'm not going to get too much into all of this other stuff because it's really in-depth and there's a ton of things that they updated as far as playbooks, general gameplay stuff, other UI features, and etc. and things like that. I'm just going to get to the nitty-gritty, but like I always do, I'll put the link in the description box to the dev notes. So if you want to go look into it yourself, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the main thing, which is the main thing that everybody looks forward to, the main thing I look forward to, which is franchise mode. And it says they addressed an issue where non-commissioners could edit the height and weight of players. Now, this is an issue that I didn't know was in the game. And now that I do know, I'm glad that they were aware of it and they fixed it, because as a commissioner over a league, you don't want anybody especially my league, like I said in prior videos, try to keep the league as realistic and as sim as possible. And if you got people playing around with the height and weight of players, that's not cool. And it takes away from the immersion of running the online league. So it also says they resolved an issue where the in-game ticker displayed incorrect game stats. I never noticed that, but if that was a thing that was happening, great that they addressed it. Resolved an issue where league leaders and stats were not generated correctly on their respective lists. Again, something I never seen. I must have not been paying close enough attention to it, but glad that it's fixed. Fixed an issue where trading for a player and then editing them could update the player's portrait and model to a generated one. This is something that I have seen, and this has actually scared me away from editing any player, which when I first experienced it, it was when I was running my dummy league before we started our online league. And I signed Dalvin Cook to the Raiders, and all I did was edit his equipment, and they changed his face to a generic generated face. And I was like, what the hell is this? Why is this even a thing? So I thought surely that they would update that immediately, but after the first couple updates, they never addressed it. So I thought that they were actually going to just let that thing go. And I was planning on doing a video on that to get that out there, to make people aware of that so that EA could change it. Never got around to it, but apparently they have been made aware of it and they addressed it. So thank God they did that, because that was one of the main things that was slowly ruining the game for me. Slowly beginning to ruin the game. Resolved an issue where names of players created on a team builder team were announced incorrectly during in-game presentation. It says resolved a PC-related issue where leagues were not generating mock drafts during the season. Fixed a PC issue where the scouting report grade screen briefly appeared after making a pick during the draft. Resolved an issue where the change focus player filter went out of view on the weekly strategy training screen. Resolved an issue where primetime game logos did not appear on the franchise hub after the first season. Resolved an issue where users were taken back to the onboarding select roster screen after backing out from the customized coach screen before creating a new league. Addressed an issue where the draft timer continued to operate even when set to off in league settings after pausing and resuming a draft. Didn't know about this one. Again, still haven't endured that, but glad that's addressed. But this is all stuff. I'm glad they addressed it now, but you would figure stuff like this would have been addressed within the first title update or the first 2 title updates. But nonetheless, they addressed it, so good deal. Resolved an issue where team builder uniforms failed to load after a disconnection and resuming the previous game. Removed instances where wrong messages could fire in the messages panel surrounding players winning player of the week, John Coachman, player sacks, and player rushing attempts. So I'm going to get into presentation, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this video short after that. And like I said, I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you guys can check it out for yourself. So presentation, it says fixed location of broadcast camera for Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium. Fixed camera angle for player of the game in Superstar Showdown. Fixed various issues with camera obstructions. As far as art, it says Brown Stadium rebranded to Huntington Bank Field. And they also added additional NFL player likeness heads. They added Deron Bland for the Cowboys, Danielle Hunter for the Texans, Kyron Williams for the Rams, Rashid Shaheed for the Saints, Brian Anger for the Cowboys, Jesse Bates for the Falcons, which is long overdue. You'd figure these superstar players, specifically Jesse Bates and Danielle Hunter, would have had their face scans. They've been in the league for years, but I digress. AJ Cole for the Raiders, Miles Killebrew for the Steelers, and they also added new gloves. They added the Nike Vapor Jet 8.0, Nike Super Bad 7, Jordan Flylock 2.0, and they also added cleats. They added Adidas Impact 2, Adidas Electric 1, Jordan Mid 11, and Jordan Retro Cement. They got miscellaneous visual bug fixes, adjusted some captain patches on a few teams that didn't have them, fixed an issue causing all 3 flak jacket options to appear the same in the player editor. They got some audio tuning that they fixed in this game, but again, I'm not going to get into all that. I'm going to go ahead and cut it short here. Link will be in the description box for the dev notes if you want to go into depth and read those for yourself. But that's going to be it for me. I appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting so heavily. Again, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed on more Madden 25 content coming soon in the future. So again, I appreciate you all. That's been my time. Till next time, peace.